Welcome to the Midlife Style School, the podcast for women who want to elevate their personal style and life by design. I'm your hostess, Afton Porter, certified life coach and fashion stylist, known as the Chief Image Creator, helping high-profile women polish their image with standout style in their industry. Through our conversations and insight, I'll provide simple tricks and practices that will help take the stress out of getting dressed in the morning so you can start each day feeling empowered, confident, and ready to take on whatever comes your way. Let's go. All right, welcome. Let's talk all about your hair color because, ladies, your hair color is affecting your overall image and what colors that you wear are going to look best on you. Recently, my hair dilemma was my sweet hairdresser, Kelly, was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she was no longer going to be doing my hair, and she referred me out to one of her friends. So I scheduled an appointment with her, and it was 4 months later. And I finally got an appointment with her. I had to wait for a while, and that's a long time. And I'm watching my hair color I had my hair colored in March from another stylist, and my color was changing. It needed to be redone, but I was really wanting to go to my stylist friend because they were trained the same way, and I really loved the way that she did my hair. And I'm one of those people that when I find a hairdresser, I stick with her for 20 years. We are hairdresser married. And it was like having to go date another stylist to find someone I liked just was not what I was interested in doing. I was going to go see her in August. However, 2 days before my hair appointment, she told me she had a tooth infection and was not going to be able to do my hair. Thankfully, I texted my friend Jen and I was like, Jen, who do you recommend? You need to go to Blades in down Old Town Gilbert, Blades Styling. So I called the salon because I needed my hair done the next day, right? And who is available last minute like that that's any good, right? Like you have to wait for a fabulous hair person. And I was just thinking, I'm just going to call and leave a message and someone's going to cancel and I'm going to get in. Like that was my thought when I called them at 8 o'clock at night, right after I got the text that she was canceling. Left a message. I get a text from the owner of Blade Styling. And she's like, what do you need? And I told her before I went to bed that night, I had an appointment with Stephanie the next day. And she did an amazing job on my hair. She gave me a great cut and color. And immediately I felt like my old self again. My hair color was my right color. She did it beautifully, had never done my hair. She cut it, colored it. I loved her. And needless to say, I will be going back to Stephanie. In fact, I have another appointment scheduled in October. But I just felt like a whole new person. I had forgotten how important it was for my hair color to be the right color for me. My contrast that I'm used to having with my hair color and my skin color is normally pretty high, and it was starting to get more muted. The color was fading. It was turning like a more red was coming through in my hair, and of course gray. And I just felt like my old self again. So I just want to tell Stephanie, thank you for taking care of me. And Blade Styling. Our hair color will change what colors look best on you. And if I've done your color analysis, then you'll know this because we sit down and I go through what your hair color looks like And I also look at the contrast between your hair color and your skin color because that affects other things that has to do with what you wear. But we're talking about our hair right now, and your skin tone and your hair tone and your eye color are the three things that I look at when I do your color analysis. And if you would like to have one, go ahead and in the show notes, there'll be a link for you to schedule a consultation with me. So go ahead and click that. I'd love to meet with you and talk to you about that. I look at that. That's key to what colors are going to be best for you. And your hair color significantly influences how certain clothing colors look on you. For instance, cooler clothing colors tend to work well with ash tone hair and gray hair. You'll want those cooler colors. If you have warmer color hair and skin tone, you'd go more for those warmer colors. So when you get a color analysis and I give you the colors that look best on you, you're going to be giving them. You don't have to try to figure it out. But if you're trying to determine your best colors, your hair color is a huge indicator. And it's unfortunate because there are some color analysis, some very popular ones. You'll want to ask them, are you considering my hair color before you give me style advice? It is crucial that they do. So that would be a question that you need to ask. Aligning warm colors and cool colors with your hair color can totally work. My daughter was telling me about Margot Robbie, the main character in the Barbie movie. She was the stereotypical Barbie. And depending on the clothes that Barbie was wearing, they would change her hair color. Now, I'm not recommending that. We're not going to be changing your hair color based on your clothes that you're wearing. But what we are going to do, change the clothes that you wear based on your hair color. And if you haven't had your hair done lately and you color your hair, this is your friendly reminder to go have that done. Go schedule an appointment. Make sure you're taking care of yourself because your overall appearance is affected by your hair color. Your hair is one of the first things people see when they meet you, when they see you from a distance. And that is why I consider your hair color before a color analysis. Margot Robbie used 53 hair pieces in 40 different outfits. And that is absolutely what we do not want to do, right? We want to have an effortless look and style about us. We want to look put together and cohesive. It's not practical or desirable to color your hair to match your outfit. So we're going to do the opposite. We're going to match our outfits to our hair. So studies have shown that people often subconsciously react to color combinations, which can influence their perceptions. If you are wanting to be a leader, or if you're in the fashion industry, or if you want to have that cohesive look, you need to consider your hair color. Here is your style advice. Determine whether your hair color is warm or cool. And this can help guide your clothing color choices. You'll experiment with different colors and observe which ones make you feel confident and look your best. How are you going to know? This is something I've taught here before, but I'm going to teach it again now. You're going to go grab a color that is one that you love. You're going to look at your eye color, your skin tone. When you're determining if this color looks best on you, you look at your eyes. Do they look bright or do they look more dull? Does your skin look radiant or are your imperfections showing more? If you pick a color that you love from your wardrobe, it's going to be one that's going to help your natural beauty shine through. Okay, so you're going to apply that. You're going to put that on and look at your features. Then you're going to grab another color. Does it look as good on you? If it doesn't, that one leaves your closet. But how you can learn to determine whether or not you're buying a piece, a new clothing piece that is one that you're going to wear. Is it warm or is it cool? And which colors are best for you? Warm colors or cool colors? If your hair, if you're going to go gray, that's going to totally change everything. Okay, your color choices are going to change your gray. If you're going to go gray, if you've had a color analysis and you're going to go gray, it's time to update that color analysis. Okay, so don't be afraid to change things up. If you are considering a major hair color change, it's going to affect your wardrobe. So keep that in mind. Determining your hair tone is number one, and determining your skin tone is number two. And I know that these can be a little tricky. So, a little help on determining your skin tone is to look at your veins. Turn your hands palm side out in front of you. Look at your wrists, the veins by them. Do they appear blue or do they appear purple? Then you have a cool skin tone. If they look green, you have a warm skin tone. And if you're like, I'm not sure if it's blue or green, then you have a neutral skin tone. And neutral skin tones are more versatile. You could also do the jewelry test. You can take some silver and put it on your skin and see how it makes your skin look. And then go get some gold and put it on your skin. If the silver looks better, you're going to have more of a cool skin tone. If the gold looks better, you're going to have more of a warm skin tone. Also, another way to do a test is, how does sun affect your skin? If you burn easily and then peel, you're likely to have a cool toned skin. If you tan easily, you're likely to have a warm tone. That's how you test your skin tone. You could do the vein test, the jewelry test, or the sun reaction test. But your hair color, okay, so your natural hair color, look at your hair in natural light. You don't want to be inside a building when you're determining the tone of your hair. So natural hair, look at your hair in natural light. If it has a yellow or orange tinge, it's a warm tone. If your hair is more blue or silver, it's cool toned. So that's one way. Two, a shine test. Look at your hair under a bright light. If the sheen on your hair is blue or purple, you have a cool tone. If it's gold or red, you have a warm tone. And number three, your eye color. Your eye color can also give clues about your hair color. Typically, people with cool toned hair have blue, gray, or green eyes, while people with warm tone hair have brown, amber, or hazel eyes. Okay, so remember, these tests are not foolproof and the results can vary. If you are still unsure about your skin tone or your hair tone, it's best to consult a professional, and I would be happy to help you with that. When you go get your hair done, talk to your hairstylist about this. If you have a cool skin tone, you'll want to have a cool hair tone. It's going to clash and not look as well when they are opposite. And naturally, your natural hair color will be totally fine because it's natural. Where it starts getting off a bit is when you start getting your hair colored. And your hairdresser may not know this. Like, even the most high-end stylists might not understand what your hair color should look like. For example, when I went in to see Stephanie, I told her, I want my hair brown, a dark brown. I want all the red out of it. And I really love that striking contrast between dark hair and my skin. That is my whole vibe. That is how I want my overall look to be. I want it to be striking. And one of the ways that I achieve that is by coloring my hair slightly darker than my natural hair color. I didn't color my hair most of my life. I only started coloring it when I needed to in my 40s, once it started going gray. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to color my gray hair. And I decided if I'm going to be coloring my hair, I'm going to color it a color that I want. And that is exactly what I do. And when I was talking to her, she was telling me how she just did this with somebody else with my similar coloring. She really liked it. And I said, yes, this is someone who with my coloring needs to have darker hair. I would never put highlights in my hair. I would never want to lighten the hair around my face. I want there to be that contrast. That's part of my natural beauty that I have. And so I want to highlight that, right? And if I put highlights in my hair around my face, it's going to mute that. And part of my look, part of my vibe is that strikiness, right? And that will all go away. And she said, yeah, you're right. I did do that in her hair and we didn't like it as much. I go, yeah, you wouldn't. Just from a style standpoint, we understand things a certain way. So your hair matters. The color of your hair matters. Have those conversations with your stylist and your hairdresser and make sure that they're cohesive. Make sure that the hairdresser is not recommending anything that your stylist wouldn't want you to do. Super important because she understands the total image of you, right? Your hairdresser is just handling one portion of your overall image. And so it's important that you have those discussions with your stylist. And once you determine the colors, once you do the color test, right, that we talked about earlier, you're going to go grab the colors from your wardrobe, put them on, take a screenshot of those colors, and you're going to save a file in your phone, the ones that you really like. I would say maybe not bother with this. Second thing that I'm going to say, the only reason why you would do this, if you're not really clear on what colors that do look good on you versus the colors that don't, you could screenshot the nose so that you don't rebuy them. Now, I've had a fashion merchandising degree since I was in my 20s, and we actually studied a lot of this. But it took me a little while to really, determine from shopping at a store by looking at it, oh, that teal color is good for me, or that teal color is not. Not all teals are going to look good on me. I had to train my eye to figure that out. So if you are newer on this road, you'll want to get really good at it by practicing. It's the only way that you're going to learn. Just like everything else, nobody was born with this. Okay, maybe some people were, but it's a skill you can learn. And you can put the nose in a separate file. Make sure you title that. And then the yeses. That way, when you're at a store and you can compare them, make sure you have really good lighting, not the fluorescent lighting. And you will learn which ones are good for you and which ones aren't. Okay, you could always do that test inside the store as well. And you'll get really good at what's good for you. Your hair color is the first thing people see. And your color to your skin tone is going to play a huge role in your wardrobe. In fact, your hair color is first phases that I do with all my clients. We do a color analysis, we talk hair color and makeup, and we talk silhouettes. That's all in my phase 1. And if you are ready for your midlife reinvention, you're going to click that for a one-on-one consultation, and we will talk about how we could take you where you're at with your style, find out where you want to go, and how I can help you to get there. All right. Until next week, think like a style icon. Bye-bye.